Welcome everyone! The first round of the A Square Cup Series playoffs. We're at Darlington. We're under qualifying. Right now watching Bryn Roberts as he sets his first lap here at the Lady in Black, Darlington, South Carolina. First round in the playoffs. It's going to be a fun one. See what qualifying looks like for Bryn Roberts here. Second lap in the books. 29.96. Here's Tommy Reynolds. Here, Mark Chevrolet for Team Sideswipe. You see Gaiman and Wanzing currently on the front row. There's Roberts, Feemster, and Homebrink. First lap in the bag for Reynolds. Where does it put him? P3. Second lap for Reynolds. Not faster. There's Elvis George. And number 40, the Discount Tires Ford Mustang. Excuse me, Dodge Charger for Elvis George. Looks like his lap's not going to be valid. Ryan Pennell. He'll be one of the first cars we get to see with one of the college schemes. The start of the college football season. Several drivers in the field celebrating. Ryan Pennell, one of them, representing the University of Georgia. Cody Pennell also representing the University of Georgia here tonight. First lap for Ryan puts him in 9th place. Blankenship goes top of the board. What's Ryan's second lap going to look like? Cody Pennell goes top of the board once again. Ryan Pennell goes one position better. Back up tonight, they had a Bryn Roberts now. As Blankenship takes pole position back. Really good run. As Bradley Wright runs for the Blue Ash Bandits. The Greensboro, Kentucky man. First lap put him 7th on the board. Blankenship provisional pole ahead of Cody Pennell and Joshua Gaiman. Bradley Wright sitting in 7th at the moment behind Seth Wanzing. Which George said his second lap puts him 14th, last of those that have set a time so far. Still waiting for several to run a lap. Second lap for Bradley Wright. Moves him to P3. Again, first lap, or first race in the A Square Cup playoffs. Those marked in the silver and black are in the playoffs. Those that are in the red and white are out of the playoffs. They did not qualify their way in. So Ray warming it all up. Ray currently sitting 6th. Estes on his second lap. Where is he going to be? He's currently sitting 10th. Tom Sears also on track here as Estes goes top of the board. Can Sears beat that lap? He's on his first lap now. 29.35, the lap to beat. First lap in the book for Sears, only 15th. And Sears moves up to the 10th spot. John Smeal, the next to go, if he elects to qualify with 2 minutes left in the session. So it looks like we have 17 that have qualified out of 21 that are starting the race tonight. Yeah, Miles Nelson, Tommy Withers, Jeremy Breo, and John Smeal racing tonight that they have not yet qualified. So Smeal's going to run laps with qualifying time pretty well elapsed. I don't believe he will actually set a timed lap here at Darlington. And that will end qualifying. We're going to jump straight into the race here. So here's what it all looks like. Front row, Estes and Blankenship. 15 milliseconds separates the two. Cody Pennell, Bradley Wright in row 2. Then it's Josh Gaiman and Jason Alexander in row number 3. Donald Ray, Thomas Andrews line up in row 4. In row 5 is Seth Wansing and Tom Sears. Again, those in silver in the playoffs, battling for a championship. Those in red on the outside, just looking to play spoiler. Row 6, Feimster and Reynolds. Feimster in 12th, Reynolds in 11th. Feimster close to winning at Daytona last week, but still on the outside looking in. Ryan Pinnell and Bryn Roberts in row 7, and it's James Kerr and Jonathan Homebrink in row number 8. Row 9 is Elrich George and Jeremy Breo. John Smeal and Tommy Withers will make up row 10, and Miles Nelson in the 00 making up row 11 on his own on his series debut. ...184 laps here at Darlington as we get ready to go. 1.33 miles is the lap here around Darlington in South Carolina. 81 degrees air temperature, 87 degrees track temperature. The track will get colder as the lights turn on and as sun turns into night. Low humidity means it's not a sticky track, and that means you're not dealing with as much overheating as you would normally. And 9-mile-an-hour winds from the east-southeast. Down the back straightaway as we get ready to go here. Stages will end on lap 50 and 100. It's a race, it's a win and you're into the next stage situation. But as we get ready to go, as this Blankenship on the front row. Blankenship won this race back in the spring. Can he sweep Darlington this year? Pace car is in, green flag is out. We are racing at Darlington. As we browse around the back here, it's a car off the pace. That is Jeremy Breo. He is starting and parking tonight, collecting points as the other matters to attend to. As this will lead lap 1. Battle for second beginning to heat up a little bit between Blankenship and Pinnell early on. Cody Pinnell in the 28, Blankenship in the 85. Bradley Wright sitting in the 18 right behind him in the 4th position. Then it's Josh Gaiman and Donald Ray in the top 6. For those watching unfamiliar with the playoff system, 10 races in the A-Square Cup playoffs. The first 3 races, the round of 16. 16 drivers eligible to fight for the championship. After these 3 races, Darlington tonight, Kansas next week, and then Bristol after that. The lowest 4 in the points will be trimmed off, and then it's the round of 12 for the next 3 races. Repeat the cycle, then you have the round of 8 until we get to the season finale at Phoenix for the championship 4. That was a car that was really loose further on back. You don't know who it was. Looks like it might have been James Kerr. It was James Kerr in the 75. We saw him dive down the back straightaway. A little bit handful of that 75 machine. You see Toby Estes decked out in red. Red number banner, red spoiler, and red trim on the bottom of the cars indicates those that are in championship contention. Toby Estes going all out. Usually it's a matte black and a chrome blue finish, but now it's a matte black and a very crimson red finish. And it looks menacing at the front of the field right now. Darlington Raceway, it's a bumpy track as Cody Pennell tries to close the gap on Blankenship. Tire wear will be a premium. Obviously, you can see the space is deceptive. It's a wide track, but you see where the dotted white line sort of intercepts the track. You can't really use all of the banking that you see. Makes it deceptive, makes it difficult, makes it dangerous. As everyone here, top 5 under a blanket at the moment. As Bradley Wright actually got a little bit loose there and almost lost the spot to Josh Gaiman. As we watch them all come out of turn 2. You see Pennell's still battling to get around Blankenship. Bradley Wright and Gaiman right on the heels of Cody Pennell. Let's see if we can go on board with one of these drivers real quick. We'll go on board with Josh Gaiman here. '61 machine, following Bradley Wright at the moment. Well, that's somebody in the wall. It's Cody Pennell in the wall. Contact for the number 28. He'll drop down to 7th. Jostling behind Seth Wanzi, number 9, the purple and yellow and black for LSU. See another driver sneaking into the top 5, Donald Ray. Representing the University of Arkansas, the number 5 for Team Outlaw. Sitting right now in the 4th position. Trying to crawl his way into the top 3. He's been a consistent force, a consistent presence in the top 10 all year long. He's a dark horse to make it into the championship 4. Right now he's being hounded by Josh Gaiman. Won 4 races in the regular season in the first 26 races. Only Jeremy Breo won more than Josh Gaiman in the number 61. But Breo has parked it here at Darlington. He'll be 20th place. You see him at the very bottom of your order. John Smith, last of those running, 19 running. Go right back on board with Gaiman. You're actually going to see if we can move a couple positions back. We'll look at Seth Wanzing here aboard the LSU number 9 Chevrolet. Good look at the mirror up in the top left as you look ahead at how he's going to try to handle the 5 of Donald Ray. And you saw he gained a lot of momentum on Donald Ray out of turn 2. The issue is, again, not a lot of space in the corners, especially through 3 and 4. A lot of classic finishes at Darlington have typically involved a little bit of beating and banging. Everyone remembers the battle in 03 between Ricky Craven and Kurt Busch. But that's a move you make on the last lap, not laps 15, 16. Everyone's having to mind their P's and Q's and wait for others to make a mistake. Donald Ray's not made a mistake, but Wanzing showing that he does have the pace to get around him. The question is how? How do you do that? Take a look at the hands there as we pull up the track map. Very stable on the steering. See if it stays stable out of 4. A little bit of a bobble there, but still pretty planted compared to some of the others seen. As Wanzing gets around Donald Ray. Again, the highlighted circle on the track map is where we're looking right now. We're focused on Wanzing and the number 9 as he takes 5th away from Donald Ray. As Donald Ray actually loses it there. Really snapped loose there off of turn 4. The way it unloaded just pulled it away from him. And Ray would drop down to 8th place behind Jason Alexander and ahead of Bryn Roberts. Bradley right into the wall there. Josh Gaiman getting around for 3rd place. As sort of move through the field, there's Bryn Roberts catching up to Donald Ray. Battle for 8th place. Roberts in a throwback livery, going back to Mike Skinner in his days at RCR in the early 2000s. Got Tommy Reynolds sitting in the 10th spot right now, the number 7. A race winner at Sonoma back in June. Put himself into the playoffs. And right now he's sitting in the top 10. 8th of those in the playoffs at the moment. Andrews. In the black discount tires, number 2. Sitting just outside the top 10 in 11th. Tom Sears right behind him in 12th. And then you have Ryan Pinnell in 13th. As that is Hohenbrink that is having a lot of trouble. He's out of the way, but he's against the fence. And there's Toby Estes. As he comes out of the final corner. He'll start lap 23. So Estes trying to roll around here. He'll put Hohenbrink a lap down. Hohenbrink not really fighting that. Gaiman up to second ahead of Blankenship. Tires beginning to wear and grip beginning to fall away from all the cars here. See if Gaiman can reel in Estes. Estes has had clean air all race long. Gaiman getting his first taste of it here on lap 24. See what he can do about it. Seems like Toby Estes is still getting bound with a little bit of oversteer as well, but he's still gaining ground on Josh Gaiman here. As we sit on lap 25 of 184. Gap now is 2.2 seconds between Estes and Gaiman. Again, stage 1 ends on lap 50. We may very well wait until lap 50 to see our first yellow of the night. We'll do the stage reset on lap 50, and then we'll have stage 2 after that. Right now, Estes catching up to the 50 of John Smeal. Let's see, Estes, looks like Elrich George and James Kerr, all the 3 cars in front of the race leader. Again, for those just now tuning in, round 1 of the A-Square Cup Series playoffs here at Darlington Speedway in Darlington, South Carolina. The round of 16 has begun. Those in the round of 16 are highlighted in silver. Those that are out of the playoffs, just trying to play spoiler, are marked in red. That is Estes getting around John Smeal. The 44 going a lap down here on lap 29. Out of 4, Elrich George is next. Estes tagged the wall just a smidge. A little kiss of that turn 4 wall. It's the lady in black for a reason. And that's Estes. I think he's just I think he's touching it just lightly. But that is a dangerous game to play here at Darlington. Yeah, he's tagging the wall just a little bit, and it's slowing him up big time compared to Josh Gaiman now, who has gained almost half a second in 2 laps. Looks like Gaiman's having trouble now as well, because all the time he just gained, he just gave back up. And that is because he is dealing with lap traffic. Here's Josh Gaiman and all he's having to deal with. He's getting around Smeal now, but Brian Pinnell's just in front of him. Pinnell's made an early pit stop on lap 28. So Gaiman ends up net negative in all that situation, down to 2.5 between him and Estes. And it looks like Gaiman's coming down pit lane. It is Gaiman coming down pit lane. So will Toby Estes. Brendan Roberts now in the catbird seat to take the race lead, and he will. Is Roberts going to come in this lap? Doesn't look like it. He's going to stay out an extra lap here. He's going to go as long as possible in the number 58. Another lap led for him. Donald Ray also staying out. Blankenship in third place. Roberts still staying out. It's an interesting situation for Roberts here because he's got nothing to lose. Blankenship's in pit lane. His teammate has gone down the pit lane. So we'll see where he cycles out. Believe the general consensus is that I believe Roberts thinks that he can make it through the end of stage 1, which could put a lot of the championship contenders on the back foot early on here at Darlington. It could be the reason why Ray and Reynolds and Andrews have not yet pit, because they have a guaranteed advantage at the moment with coming to 13 laps to go in stage 1. If Roberts can hold it off for 13 more laps, there is a significant advantage for Roberts to do that. Inversely, there is a significant advantage to just staying as long as you can anyway if a caution comes out before the stage break. Down the back straightaway. Howard's George in pit lane. Top 6 on the lead lap. Withers 6th on that lead lap. 22 seconds away from Bryn Roberts. But right now, Roberts, Ray, and Reynolds all sitting in the best position if they can make it these next 11 laps. You see, there's Blankenship in the 85, that black and yellow machine. I don't believe he's going to hold his teammate up that much. Ray's in pit lane. So Donald Ray's decided that he's going to come in early. And Roberts will come in. So that will kind of give it all away to Tommy Reynolds here. And it looks like Reynolds coming in as well. So Tom Sears coming out of 4. He will inherit the race lead here. And the big question is, can he hold on to it here? There's Tom Sears. Still minding his P's and Q's at the moment. 7 laps to go in stage 1. You see Tom Sears not fighting anybody here in this conversation. Him, Cody Pennell, and Brendan Roberts. This is 10-second distance. Sears just has to hold on. Just hold on, coming for 5 more laps. Is what he has to do. Five to go for Sears. It's going to be interesting to see if he can hold on to win stage 1. Let's see, I believe Tom Sears is trying to save fuel. Two laps to go in stage 1. And Tom Sears not fighting too often much here. He's letting Cody Pennell go to take the lead. He's gonna probably let's see, Blade gets a lap down. He had a penalty, I guess. And the yellow comes out to end stage 1. Tom Sears held on for, I believe, 3rd place in stage points. He made it all the way to the end of stage 1. So Sears will come down pit lane for the first time. So Jason Alexander and James Kerr stay out here. So stage one ends. Cody Pennell won stage one. And Jason Alexander will lead us to the green for stage number 2. Alrighty. Get ready to go back to racing. Pace car is in, green flag back in the air, we're racing once again. Stage 2 underway here at Darlington. It's Alexander versus Wanzing, Cody Pennell, and Bren Roberts top 4. So Alexander drops down to 3rd behind Wanzing and Pennell. Wanzing, and then you have Pennell and Reynolds. It's a team sideswipe 1, 2, 3 at the moment. And stage 2 ends on lap 100. So Sears made the strategy in stage 1 work. Can he do it again in stage 2? I guess is the interesting question. So Reynolds is now leading over Wanzing and Pinnell. Reynolds like a shot out of a cannon. The Reynolds leads by a whopping 2.4 seconds over Cody Pinnell and Donald Ray. Ray is battling for third place with Josh Gaiman. Mr. Exile saying, "Oh, I've missed some racing." Yeah, we're in the playoffs now. What's the lap times here at Darlington? Best lap was a 29.56, it looks like, was the fastest lap by Bradley Wright. But lap times, as they currently sit, are down to low 30s, high 30s, low 31s. Tire wear is a critical factor. Tom Sears went the entire first stage without pitting and finished third to end the stage. So he got himself some pretty decent stage points. No one else made it to the end of stage 1, and we're assuming that no one else can make it to the end of stage 2 either. We're assuming people are going to have to bite the bullet and either try to stay out all the way through stage 2, or they're going to put themselves behind the 8-ball in stage 3, whereas Tom Sears will have at least one set of spare tires for any late race restarts we may have. It's been caution-free minus the stage break so far. And there's a spin, Gaiman, and Gaiman hard into the inside wall. Here's what happened to Josh Gaiman. He's battling with Reynolds and Toby Estes. Oh. Contact between Reynolds and Gaiman, and Estes thread the needle. And now the race leads between Ray and Roberts. So Donald Ray battling with Brent Roberts for the race lead so far. We have 26 laps until the end of stage 2. Bradley Wright sits third over Cody Pennell and Tommy Reynolds in 5th. Then it's Blankenship, Kerr, Andrews, Wansing top 10. Gaiman's a lap down, but it's not the end of the world for Gaiman because everyone could still come in on stage 2 and cycle him back to the lead lap here. So Ray again sitting behind Brent Roberts so far. "12 cars only lap. Ryan Pennell's come down pit lane. Again, Roberts sitting ahead of Donald Ray. At the moment. There's Bradley Wright sitting in 3rd place. So far, so quiet for the 18. Sitting, just sneakily sitting there, sitting in the top 3. And then Cody Pennell are outside front row. Toby Estes was our pole sitter. He's all the way down in 11th place at the moment. He's all about to go a lap down. Potentially is going to end up being what this looks like for Toby Estes. A rough night at the office for the 19 car. Wansing sitting in 10th. We have Tom Sears ahead of him in the 14. Thomas Andrews in the 2, sitting in the 8th place. And it's James Kerr recovering from stage 1 to currently sit stage 2 in 7th place. Then you have Jacob Blankenship in 6th, Tommy Reynolds in the 5th spot. Again, clear of the lap traffic that Jacob Blankenship's having to deal with at the moment. Yeah, Cody Pennell in 4th. But Brent Roberts are currently our race leader here. The Roberts and Ray again still battling it out here with less than 20 laps to go in stage number 2. Right now we're looking at the race battle for the race lead between Roberts and Donald Ray. Brendan Roberts not in the playoffs. Donald Ray currently the highest driver in the playoffs. Trying to get his first win in the playoffs to lock himself into the round of 12. Brendan Roberts trying to play spoiler, doing a really good job of that so far. Ray is not in any hurry. He's got a 3.8 second gap to Briley Wright in third place as cars beginning to make pit stops here. That was Withers coming out of pit lane. Withers currently sits 18th, 3 laps down. 19 cars still running. But right now, Brendan Roberts in control as they approach John Smeal. John Smeal in a playoff situation. Davey Hell gave up his playoff position as he would not be able to contend most of the playoff races. They went to the next driver in line based on points, which was John Smeal. So Smeal now officially in the playoff battle, but sitting in the 18th position now as Withers on fresh tires gets around the race leaders as they go down the back straightaway. Yeah, Ryan Pinot, I believe, pressure tires, the number 12 Ford. He's going to get around Brendan Roberts here, who comes to the line for 10 laps to go. Donald Ray got a little loose there. A lot more drivers staying out right now. In stage 1, most people that came in, they pit earlier in the stage. A lot of the pit stops are about to happen now. Cody Pennell, Seth Wanzing in pit lane now. They've pitted later. As Ray goes for the race lead. And he will take the race lead away. So Donald Ray now on point. Briley Wright in pit lane. Their strategy is the same as Tom Sears's was in stage 1. Stay out, stay out as long as you can, save a little bit of fuel, and hope that it is enough to win yourself a stage. Get yourself some bonus points. Coming out of turn 4 here. Ray is going to make it 7 laps to go. And Ray's going to come in. I don't think he has the fuel to make it all the way through, but he will lead laps here, and he then will give it back to Bryn Roberts, who will lead 6 laps to go here in stage number 2. Again, stage break and lap 100. Top 10 earn stage points. If you win a stage, it's 10 points. Second place in a stage is 9 points, and it goes all the way down. 10th place gets 1 point. It worked out for Tom Sears. Went from outside the top 10 to finishing 3rd in stage 1. Earned himself a nice healthy 7 stage points in stage 1. And Sears is up to 3rd again. Roberts and Blankenship ahead of him. Both of them might be on the same strategy now as well. They pulled off excellent strategy in the Indy Arcs race at Road America to finish 2nd and 3rd on top of their 2nd and 3rd last week at Daytona. So, team strategy on point for 1MA Racing as they sit 1st and 2nd with 5 laps to go, coming to 4 laps to go in stage 2. Again, they're not going to fight too awful hard here. That's Kevin Feemster in the Ohio State Buckeyes livery. Feemster will get, it looks like, one of his laps back. He's going to be 2 laps down here, but faster pace, faster tires. With 4 to go, Roberts is just easing on through it. Josh Gaiman was the first one to pit, and not really through anything of his own volition, but he is back on the lead lap here. He's the last car on the lead lap. Toby Estes coming up on the race leader. Going to try to get one of his 2 laps back. He'll end up 1 lap down here when he goes by Bryn Roberts. And Blankenship comes in. Roberts stays out. Estes will get 1 lap back. So Blankenship will be one of the last ones to pit, I believe. Unless one of the other 4 blink. I don't think Gaiman will be the one to blink. Unless Thomas Andrews blinks. Andrews stays out. Sears is right in front of him. A lot of time for Bryn Roberts to sit and sort of coast if he needs to, if fuel is an issue. 2 laps to go in stage 2. Bryn Roberts looking for his first stage win in the A² Cup Series. So far, so good. Donald Ray trying to get his lap back, and as he tags the wall, not ideal. Cody Pennell coming out of turn 2, so a little bit of space between him and Bryn Roberts as Roberts comes in, coming to the white flag in stage number 2. And now pressure's on. Sears worked the strategy once again. He'll take the white flag for stage number 2. He's behind Jacob Blankenship, who stays on the lead lap. Crucially, stays on the lead lap. Sears rolling out of turn 2. 1.6 the gap between him and Thomas Andrews. Josh Gaiman sits in 3rd. Roberts in pit lane. They actually end up just coming out here in 5th place. Sears crosses the line. And the yellow comes out to end stage number 2. Andrews, Gaiman in 3rd. Donald Ray in 4th. And Bryn Roberts in 5th. Cody Pennell 6th, Bradley Wright, Jacob Blankenship, Tommy Reynolds, and Ryan Pennell score stage points for stage 2. But Tom Sears, stage 2 winner here at Darlington, as now we get ready for for stage 3, where all the big points are scored. Once again, strategy crucial for Tom Sears. He gets him to the race lead and puts him in a very, very good spot for the beginning of stage 3. So Tom Sears coming down pit lane. So a really good job by Tom Sears to get through stage 2 the way he did. And just about everyone's going to come down pit lane, at least of those on the lead lap. Lucky dog for Tommy Reynolds. A lot of people are going to try to get the wave around here, so they may not pit during this caution. There's Seth Wansing a lap down as well. He's waiting for the wave by. Same with James Kerr, Toby Estes, and Tommy Withers. 14 cars on the lead lap potentially once this caution is free. So Gaiman takes the race lead here provisionally. Tommy Reynolds being the lucky dog will move to the tail end of the line. So, Gaiman, Roberts, Sears top 3, Cody Pinnell in 4th, as everyone uses the choose cone. The choose really going to start here for stage number 3. Outside of the stage breaks, it's been caution free so far. Only a couple incidents, one for Jonathan Homebrink and one for Josh Gaiman. None of them led to a yellow. It's been a very clean race so far tonight. And I probably just jinxed it. All right. Pace car is in. 19 cars still running. Pace car is in. Green flag is back out. We're back underway here at Darlington. So Sears back to the race lead. Sears has come out of a cannon to start stage 3. Again, he's put himself in the best position he could. So Tom sitting in the race lead. Tom Sears won at Talladega to lock himself into the playoffs, but he was safe on points anyway. But Talladega locked himself into the playoffs. But now he's looking to lock himself into the round of 12 here tonight. Gaiman's with a nice recovery here in stage 3. He's up to second. Gaiman trying to reel Sears back in here. .71 laps to go here at Darlington. See a battle for third there raging on between Bryn Roberts and Cody Pennell as well. So battle for third, battle for first and a battle for third. And here's the battle for third between Bryn Roberts and Cody Pennell. Again, Bryn Roberts trying to play spoiler. Bradley Wright sitting in the 5th spot. Yeah, Jacob Blankenship in 6th. Had a Donald Ray and Tommy Reynolds. You think about it here, Gaiman's going to be faster probably, but Sears is better at conservative stuff. And Sears is now in a position where he's got an advantage. He's only pit twice. Everyone else has pit 3 times tonight. Sears has only pit twice. Some drivers have actually pit 4 times because they've pit during the stage and then they pit during the stage break. But Sears has only pit twice, and that is significant. And right now, the longer that Gaiman sits behind Sears, the worse the dirty air is going to get for Gaiman, and it's going to hold him up a little bit. It's going to make those tires on his car worse. For 213 Semwire, they're having a fun time. Their cars are 1-2. But for Gaiman, it's all about winning this race and locking himself into the round of 12. Same for Tom Sears. On top 5, all close together right now in this conversation. And then there's a gap between them and Jacob Blankenship. And that was a wild situation as they all thread the needle between lap traffic. Bryn Roberts ended up in the race lead. They pushed Sears down to 2nd and pushed Gaiman down to 4th. So that was a wild turn of events on the front straightaway. But now it's put all 4 of the top 4 in under a blanket. Bradley Wright took his time, didn't want to wreck his car. But now he's out of the draft as Sears gets moved out of the way a little bit. Not sure if he tagged the wall and bounced off or if he got nudged by Cody Pennell, but Cody Pennell moves up to 2nd, Gaiman up to 3rd, Sears down to 4th. And they're all chasing down the 58 of Bryn Roberts, who is not a he's not a playoff driver. Again, everyone's got at least 1 pit stop left in this race as Cody Pennell tags the wall. I think Gaiman might have as well. Feimster in pit lane. Early pit stop for the 1 at Kevin Feimster. But it's Roberts, Pennell, and Gaiman top 3. So this is the battle for the top 3. We'll page down here a little bit. Here's the battle for 5th place. You got Blankenship, and then you got Donald Ray, Tom Sears in this conversation as well. There's Bradley Wright in 4th place. James Kerr is in pit lane. So is Tommy Withers. There's Tom Andrews. He'll be the last car on the lead lap by the time this is all said and done. But Roberts leads once again over Cody Pennell and Josh Gaiman. His teammate Jacob Blankenship sitting in the 5th spot. As Gaiman looks for 2nd place over the 28 of Cody Pennell. You see the sun off in the distance setting more and more. Ooh, almost lost it. Brendan Roberts, center of your screen. He almost lost it in front of Pennell and Gaiman. But he holds on to it, holds on to the race lead. But the pressure is on. And the top 3 all nose to tail going into turn 1 here. Lap 129 of 184. 56 laps to go. That 4th car in line, the 1 car of Kevin Feemster out of pit lane. Not on the lead lap. Feemster is 3 laps down, 4 laps down, excuse me. Ooh, somebody just tagged the wall. That's a Ford. Looks like that might have been John Smeal. Roberts trying to pull away from Pennell and Gaiman. 9 cars on the lead lap. Again, it's been a caution-free race so far, minus the stage breaks that were scheduled. 54 laps to go. Looks like we've had a bit of an issue with our timing and scoring. We're going to try to rectify that as soon as we can. Give us time to load it all up. And there we go. Have to do a little bit of a hard reset there, so I apologize for that inconvenience. But Pennell right now currently leads over Roberts and Gaiman. He's made that pass happen. Alrighty. Let everything reset one more time, and we should be good to go. Alright, now we're good to go. Again, Cody Pennell leading Josh Gaiman now by 0.6 of a second, and that gap is growing. Brendan Roberts falling further and further off pace. Now it's 1.6 between him and Cody Pennell. His teammate Jacob Blanchip crawling up to him now. 137 of 184 completed. Huh. So apparently audio, when we had the freeze early on in stage 2, apparently that put a freeze on our audio. So we apologize for that one. We had a bit of a technical issue in stage 2, and we thought it had it sorted out, but apparently it came back and it took out our audio that time around. So that's our apology. But it completely altered our audio settings there when we did have that blackout. So that means everything that I said about the accident with Cody Pennell and Tom Sears, you didn't hear. So that's unfortunate. But now we have a 10-lap dash. Coming in 9 laps to go. Who's my pick? I think Bryn Roberts probably has a really good shot here, but it's Josh Gateman on the control. And he chose to go there. So we're back underway with a 9-lap dash to the finish. Where anything can happen. And teammates, we know they're going to race each other hard. Roberts gets the front of Blankenship. They're going to try to reel in Gaiman. Cody Pennell's probably the fastest of the top 4. But right now it's just a giant dash. As that was contact. Roberts blocked Cody Pennell. Little catch of the wall. That's a lot of contact. And it's gotten a little wild here. Cody Pennell wants to charge back to the front. Josh Gaiman feels very bereaved after he got spun out in the middle of stage 2, middle of stage 3, and there's contact. Gaiman, Roberts, all of them in the wall. Donald Ray now in charge of this race with 7 to go. And the yellow comes out. And again, Bryn Roberts, he is stuck. That's why the yellow's out. So Donald Ray inherited the lead of this race. And just like that, 2 back-to-back yellows for contact. This, again, it changed everything. But now, you look at the top 12. You look at the top 12, top 13. Here's what happened. So, Roberts lost steering. And it goes all the way out of turn number 4. Roberts, Pennell side by side. You got Donald Ray in this conversation. You got Jacob Blankenship, Tommy Reynolds. And Cody Pennell, for the second time tonight, drew contact with Josh Gaiman. And it broke the steering in Bryn Roberts' car, and he's trying to slow it down. And Tom Sears got hit, got a piece of it. So did James Kerr. Again, nothing Roberts can do at that point in time. He is a sitting duck. We're going to go on board with him here. And you can hear him trying to power it down, and just can't get it away. Tom Sears got a piece of it. James Kerr got a piece of it. And here's what Tom Sears saw from his perspective. This is him trying to make it back to pit lane. And he has no steering either. But this is what he saw going into it. And again, cars to his inside, he can't move out of the way. And only so much he could do at that point. Again, so if we see Bryn Roberts here, again, we'll look on board from the roof cam. We're actually going to go on board with Donald Ray here. And Donald Ray just threads the needle and makes it all happen. So, this is going to be interesting. 184 laps was the scheduled race distance. Whoa, Donald Ray. What happened to Donald Ray? That is coming to the green flag, I think. No, we're on the back straightaway. I was about to say, I'm not sure what just happened to Donald Ray. If he money shifted and shifted to first. But that was almost disastrous. But here he is. So it's Ray, Cody Pennell, Tommy Reynolds, and Thomas Andrews in the top four. Could be wild. Coming to 2 laps to go. And this is not a green-white checkered attempt. We're on lap 183 now. Whoa, there's a wreck in the back. Do they throw the yellow for it? It's Feemster. They may not throw the yellow for it. Coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go. Here in Darlington, Cody Pennell ahead of Donald Ray and Tommy Reynolds. Oh, hard impact on the outside wall for Donald Ray. But he kept his foot in it. And he's not going to be able to stick it. Neither did Tommy Reynolds. Out of turn 4. Make it 4 for Cody Pennell. He's a winner at Darlington. That was tremendous. Donald Ray stays in second. Tommy Reynolds comes home in third. Then it's Briley Wright, Jacob Blankenship in fifth. Then Thomas Andrews, Joshua Gaiman, 7th. Toby Estes in 8th. Ryan Pennell with the top 10 in 9th. Tommy Withers in 10th ahead of Seth Wanzing. Then it's Jason Alexander, Elrich George, Jonathan Homebrink, Kevin Feemster, 15th. John Smeal in 16th. As you see the running order on your screen. Seth giving a congratulations to Cody Pennell. Race winner in Darlington. And he is going to burn it down here. That was a wild finish. Somehow, Cody Pennell ended up on top of all of that. But Cody Pennell's going to park it here. Good old scenic rock, Darlington, South Carolina. I was thinking The Rock for some reason, but we're in Darlington. But the results are on the side of your screen. Cody Pennell, race winner for the 4th time this season here in Darlington, ahead of Donald Ray, Tommy Reynolds, Bradley Wright, and Jacob Blankenship in the top 10, and it's in the top 5. Thomas Andrews in 6th. Josh Gaiman in 7th. Toby Estes 8th. 9th for Ryan Pennell. And 10th, Tommy Withers shakes up the round of 16 in the playoff hunt. I believe we're waiting on interviews here to see who all wants to do an interview. I believe Cody Pennell and Joshua Gaiman are having a conversation. They made contact with each other twice during this race. We can see that they're having a conversation. We'll see what the result of that conversation is. Gaiman was spun around the first time by Cody Pennell. Cody's behind Ryan Pennell in the 12. Cody Pennell came up on Josh as Josh was coming up on Ryan. And Cody tagged Josh as he was trying to get around Ryan, and it sent him into the inside wall. And then the second one, while we were dealing with audio issues up here in the booth, everyone going for it on that 10-lap dash after our first caution for contact. It was a side-by-side battle between Bren Roberts and Josh Gaiman. Cody Pennell tagged Josh Gaiman, sent him into tagged Bren Roberts, sent him into Joshua Gaiman. And then, obviously, the rest is history. So, believe he's ready for an interview now. So, we're going to talk to Cody here, our race winner here in Darlington. Hey, Cody, this is Clayton from the Arcs Racing booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Clayton.
That was a wild one. Without a doubt, a wild one. We saw that you had a conversation with Josh there. A crazy end of that race, but your 4th one of the season. But walk us through it.
Yeah, just all the way getting up there to that last stint, it came down to strategy. Thankfully, I was pretty much on the same one as the rest of the field, at least the top runners. And put me in a good position there at the end of the race to capitalize, and it was looking really good. I mean, I think I was gaining on Bren a few tenths every lap, and things looked like they were going great. And then randomly in the middle of 3 and 4, my computer screen froze. It's never done that to me before. Still not sure what happened. I was just holding the wheel straight. I could hear the car. I could hear cars going by me. I just couldn't see anything. So I closed my overlays out real quick, and it came back too. But by then, Lurkin and I had already gotten mixed up. And thankfully that caution saved me. I was able to go back down and get tires and go to the end there. And yeah, the talk that I had with Josh was just coming off a 4 there that last time. He had told me, I thought so, but he had just told me that he didn't have any fresh tires there at the end of the race. So he got loose on the bottom of 4. I think he was under Bren, and I just had nowhere to go. I couldn't check up quick enough, and I think it sent him up into Bren and also Blankenship. Then it just came down to beating Donald Ray on that last restart, and he told me after the race, he came to me and said that he forgot to shift to 5th off of 2, so that was the reason I had such a huge run on him down the back straightaway. And yeah, thankfully it finally seems like one of the races comes together for me completely, even though it seemed like it completely gone away there.
Yeah, it was a wild race, and obviously up until like the last 15 laps, it was all caution free. It was all strategy related. How are you all handling the strategy? Because everyone sort of had a different mindset. Tom was going stage to stage without stopping. It seemed like everyone else had to stop at least once during those stages. How are you all handling the stages, and what was making it so widespread?
The car was just completely evil on a set of used tires, especially through 3 and 4. I mean, you barely touch the throttle in the middle of 3 and 4, and it would break the car sideways loose, and then you're just fighting for traction all the way off the corner, to see who can get the best exit. And the crazy thing was that the tires weren't really wearing that bad. I guess it was maybe the temperature of the track being lower that caused that. But yeah, it was all about managing that condition. I saw a few people lose it off 4. Even I did early in the race. I lost it off 4 and smacked the wall down the front straightaway. But thankfully, no required repairs, no meatball flag, anything like that. And yeah, it all worked out in the end.
So you launched yourself into the round of 12 with 2 wins in a row now. We haven't seen many people do that. Breo being one of them. Uh, Toby Estes being the other. So now you're in pretty exclusive company this season. This was one of the harder races of the schedule, right? Obviously, you have Bristol in 2 weeks. But this was kind of the one where if you could get out of the way now and win here now, Bristol's easy.
Yeah, that definitely takes a load off of us, going into Bristol. Obviously, everybody knows how most races at Bristol go, so going in there with a win already, it definitely makes it a lot easier.
But next week you got Kansas, which is going to be a lot more wide open, a lot more. I think you obviously you were limited in how many lanes you could run here, but just because of what Darlington is. But with Kansas, with it being progressive banking, how wide open do you think Kansas is going to be next week?
It's going to be, I mean, you're talking about night and day differences between tracks. Going there versus here, I think, first of all, I got to commend everybody tonight for, like you said, up until that last little bit. I mean, this was a caution-free race. And for these cars and the way they were handling on used tires, as many drivers as we had, as many laps as we were running, that is really impressive. So proud of everybody that, that helped put this race on. But yeah, going into Kansas, it's definitely going to be a complete changeover. So we'll just go there and assume pack racing until the tires wear and see what we can do.
Well, Cody, you did a phenomenal job racing tonight. You led a whole bunch of laps. It's either you or Bryn Roberts that were the most laps led tonight. So you did a phenomenal job being up front most of the race there for the University of Georgia Bulldogs. I know that they won last night to start off the college football season. But before we let you go, obviously Team Sideswipe did a really good job tonight. Tommy Reynolds also on the podium for you. But does anyone want to shout out? The floor is yours, man. Congrats on your 4th win of the season and immediate pathway into the round of 12.
Yes, sir. I got to thank Team Sideswipe obviously first. Every week we show up and we're coming up with strategies and stuff like that together, and it always seems to work out for at least one of us. Huge shout out to Tommy for also getting on the podium. He had a big role there on that last restart of getting behind me and giving me the confidence that I wasn't gonna have somebody that would run me over going through 1 and 2 for the win. And shout out to Ryan and all he does for A Squared and ARCs. And last but not least, thanks to you for broadcasting these races. You kind of agreed last minute to come on and do these for us, and we really appreciate it.
Not a problem. I'm glad I could be here tonight. It was a really fun race, and really exciting there at the end. Again, Cody, congrats. 4th win of the season. You're into the round of 12 automatically, and Kansas and Bristol are going to be a lot less stressed now. So go and get some of those bonus points.
All right, appreciate it, Clayton. Thank you.
Have a good night, man. That was Cody Fennell, our race winner here at Darlington. Next up, we're going to talk to Donald Ray, our 2nd place finisher. So we're going to go ahead and pull him in here. Hey, Donald, this is Clayton from the ARCS Racing booth. You got a coffee, man?
I got you, buddy. How's it going?
Pretty good. A lot of excitement there at the end of that race. Obviously, caution-free up until that point. You were leading there with about 3 laps to go. Walk us through it, because you split the middle. Watch the seats part in front of you. Just walk us through that. How did the last part of that race go for you, and how were you able to put yourself in that position? Because you were pretty quiet most of the day.
Tried to stay pretty quiet, try and salvage tires as best I could. I think I finished top 5 both stages, but just trying to keep it clean. I was able to save my fast repair the entire race. I did use it that last pit stop there just to make sure I had a good, clean car for that last run. What could have been, should have been. I heard Cody tell you I forgot to shift into fifth gear on the backstretch, so I was fourth gear all the way around the track, and I feel like I kind of gave away an opportunity there. But anytime you finish second to Cody Pinnell, it's a good day.
Yeah, obviously, and you guys have raced with each other a lot. You guys race with each other in TNT. You guys race with each other, obviously, here on Sunday nights. But it was very much it was not the race I think anyone was expecting. Everyone was expecting a very chaotic race, and it wasn't. You talked about saving tires, and your teammate Tom Sears did a phenomenal job. I think the best of anybody of making it through stage 1 and 2 before pitting. But going in, like, with what the expectation was, obviously we raced here in the spring. How night and day was it, and what do you think that change was that made this race, I think, so much better tonight?
It was different. The spring race, it seemed like the car was loose from start to finish. It actually seemed like it might have tightened up a little bit as the run went on, and the physics of the car are a little bit different now, and it was the absolute opposite. Early on in the run, you can get it to hook if you were patient, but then later in the run, it would just get super snappy loose, especially off of 4. I expected there to be a lot of cautions. I don't think anybody run that many practice laps to experience what the car was going to do that late in the run. But once I saw what was going on, I knew there was going to be a lot of cautions, and thank goodness there wasn't. I mean, that just shows you the quality of people that's not only in the playoffs, but the top 25 drivers that are being able to run every week. We've come a long way as a league, and man, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely, and it was a blast. And Cody talked about how night and day it's going to be next week when we go to Kansas. Obviously, Outlaw's been phenomenal. It's been Team Outlaw, Team Sideswipe, Bluegrass Bandits. Those have been really the big top 3 teams, especially in the intermediates and the bigger tracks. Looking at Kansas next week, it's more wide open. How excited are you to kind of get back into being able to go side by side, put some elbows out a little bit, and not have to worry about the car being so snappy loose?
Actually, I actually like Kansas too. To me, if you drive Kansas, kind of like you drive Darlington, with a lot of patience, you can be fast for a long time there. But being fast there, you've pretty much got to run the high side, especially with these fixed setups. So you just got to be careful.
Yeah, obviously, careful was the name of the game, and obviously up until like the last 15 laps, that was how it was tonight. But you did a phenomenal job. Very sneaky, very quiet under the radar tonight, but a very phenomenal run for second place. Before we let you go, again, second place finish. If there's anyone you want to shout out, obviously Team Outlaw, a pretty good result here tonight. Obviously, Tom Sears involved in that last accident, didn't get the result that he wanted. But the team overall, still a very strong performance tonight. So if there's anyone to shout out, the floor is yours. Again, congrats, Donald, on a second place finish.
First, I want to say thanks, Clayton, for stepping up. I know you weren't planning on broadcasting the playoffs for us, and I know you're doing this week, and I think next week for sure. And man, we really appreciate you doing that, stepping in for the guy who's not going to be able to make it till week 3. But yeah, I want to say thanks to Team Outlaw. Tommy Reynolds is the glue. I'm sorry, not Tommy Reynolds. Thomas Andrews is the glue to our league, and he keeps us all grounded. He definitely helps us out a bunch with strategy. And then it sucks for lurking there. I want to give a shout out to him because he was fast all night. He was really good. He was clean, and he just got caught up in something that he shouldn't have, and cost him a strong finish. I think we could have easily had 3 in the top 5 if he would have not been caught up in that.
Yeah, he did a phenomenal job. Again, he won stage 2. He was top 3 in stage 1. Phenomenal effort by him. Phenomenal effort all the way around. Andrew's 6th. You're 2nd. Obviously, kind of flipped the entire playoff situation upside down, but for you guys, it's an easy way to get yourselves into the round of 12. Bristol and Kansas the next 2 weeks. going to be a wild one, but we're excited to see what you guys can do. You guys have been strong all season long, so next week we're going to get to watch you do it all again.
Can't wait, buddy.
Have a good night, man.
Thanks, Clayton.
That was Donald Ray, our second place finisher. We'll see if Tommy Reynolds wants to do an interview or not. Don't believe he does. So we will move on to the results here tonight. Here's what the results look like here at Darlington Speedway. See if we can get them all to pull up. There we go. Race 27 to 36. Cody Pennell, our race winner over Donald Ray and Tommy Reynolds. Bradley Wright, Jacob Blankenship in the top 5. Then Thomas Andrews, Josh Gaiman, and Toby Estes, the last car on the lead lap. Ryan Pennell, top 10 finish tonight. Maximizing the opportunities that he had, the number 12 for Team Sideswipe. Tommy Withers in 10th for Team Outlaw, making sure he got a top 10 finish there ahead of Seth Wansing, who was 2 laps down at the end, ahead of Jason Alexander and Elrich George. Jonathan Homebrink and Kevin Feemster top 15. Tom Sears unfortunately not able to finish after contact on that last caution. Same with Brendan Roberts and John Smeal in 18th, 6 laps down running at the finish. Looking at the final few results here, you have James Kerr in 19th, 20th for Jeremy Breo, a start and park result for him. And Miles Nelson not starting this race officially in 21st. That'll do us for us here tonight at Darlington. Next week, we go to Kansas. Under the lights, Kansas Speedway, going to be a lot of fun. A lot more high-speed action coming up. For everyone that tuned in tonight, we appreciate it. But until then, on behalf of RX Racing Networks, Darkside Mustangs, Windy Chevrolet, and Midwest Barbecue,